YouTube? It's your boy again, Chris here, back with some Chris Wrestling Views. Today, you guys, I'll be doing my video of the Smackdown, the Smackdown review that just went off about 4 minutes ago, Eastern Standard Time, which was 10 o'clock p.m. tonight. So, you guys, the show ended up with Edge comes out, talks about Elimination Chamber, the participants in that match, and all that good stuff, you guys, as we already know. Then Roman comes out with Paul and Jey Uso. And Edge was telling Roman Reigns to tell him and, give him answers. Since last week, we seen Roman demanded, answers from Edge. And so Sami Zayn comes out, talks about what he always normally talk about, you guys, about that he wants to be the champion and blah 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 blah. And then Jey Uso super kicks Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns hands Heyman his title, and Roman walks up to Edge and whispers something in his ear with his hands behind his back. And then Paul Heyman hands the title back puts the title back onto Roman Reigns' shoulder as Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and Jey Uso exit the ring. Alright, so the first match they had tonight on Friday Night SmackDown was Big E. Actually, Big E came out and watched the match between Apollo Crews and former Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. And then Shinsuke ends up winning, and as Apollo has officially went full heel now, and he basically like just attack Big E and Shinsuke Nakamura. Man, Big E was trying to tell Apollo to walk away as Crews drove the steel steps into the back of Big E. And we all know that Crews really wants that Intercontinental Championship. And oh, excuse me, you guys. Apollo Crews, he's a good, he's a good guy. He's fighting every way he possibly can just to try to make it on the main television screen. And you guys, it's really, tough by how much work these wrestlers put in and day out. Depends on how many matches they wrestle in a day, because they can be wrestling, they can be wrestling like each other, or they may be practicing and then they got an actual match, and blah 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 blah. And sometimes we may see them wrestle 2 nights on the show. But anyways, you guys, Apollo Crews held up the steel steps over his head, and the referee was telling him to put it down. And Big E rolled out the ring, and Apollo Crews drops the steel steps onto Big E, and Big E was seen wheeled out, on a gurney, which is like a hospital bed. Then Seth Rollins coming out, and Seth Rollins said it's a tragedy of what happened to Big E, with a repeat, showing, how he returned, and how he was saying people need to embrace the vision, and everyone needs him. And so, it's, and it's like, it's like Seth Rollins, he wants people to, be under him and all that good stuff. But, let me step back a little bit, you guys, going back to that match with Shinsuke Nakamura and Apollo Crews. I have to give that match a 2 out of 5 stars, simply because we already knew what was going to happen, but not with the steel step situation. We already knew someone was going to get attacked and all that good stuff. So, yeah, you guys, Seth Rollins, like I said, cut his promos saying people need to embrace the vision and everyone needs him. And so, in my opinion on that, Seth Rollins, he wants like basically a leader, I should say, or something like that. But I wonder what's actually next for Seth Rollins. I thought he was gonna be put in the elimination chamber, but apparently he didn't get a chance to be put in the elimination chamber. All right, so let's go on, you guys. There was a promo, a backstage segment where there was Edge, Kevin Owens backstage talking about beating Roman and winning the chamber. Then Edge said, "Well, I guess I'll face you then at WrestleMania." Then Edge walks away. So they had the second match where the Riot Squad, the team of Ruby Riot and Liv Morgan, versus Natalya and Tamina. Um, Billy Kay come running down, and then Liv Morgan, stares at, looks at Billy Kay, then steps on the rope. And then so basically after then, you guys, Tamina ends up hitting I think it was called a fall away slam. Not sure what her move called. I call it the fall away slam on Ruby Riot, and that leads to victory of Natalya and Tamina. And Tamina hasn't won in a very long time, you guys. I have to give this match, get better props. Even though we knew what was going to happen, I have to give this match a 3.2 stars on this one, simply because it's great to see, like the Hart done the families of the Hart Dynasty pick up a victory, and then we have the Samoan Dynasty. They pick up victory. It was good to see those teams pick up victory and keep their wrestling legacy of their families going strong as of today. All right, so let's go on to the next part, you guys. Edge was seen talking backstage with King Corbin. King Corbin tells Edge, the next time you see a guy with a $10,000 suit and a $39,000 timepiece, that he needs to bow down. So, Edge was like, look at this thing right here. It takes pictures. He was talking about his phone, and King Corbin starts to think Edge was trying to be funny, but he was actually being real. All right, so there was the in-ring second thing of Ding Dong Hello starring Bayley. Her special guest was no other than the WWE Tag Champs, which was Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Reggie comes out, of course, saying that Sasha is the best champion ever. Belair comes out, of course, next, saying that saying that she's the EST, of SmackDown, and on and on and on. Then Reggie comes up with an idea of having Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, and himself, Reginald, versus Bayley, Shayna Baszler, and Nia Jax in a in a 6-person tag match. So the third match comes up, you guys. So Reggie, tries to, lock up ties with Nia Jax, but ends up getting pushed, getting bulldozer over, just getting hit out midair, and so Shayna was, trying to reach in so Nia Jax can tag her, but ends up with Shayna Baszler getting her legs pulled by both Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, and then you guys, it ends up with Shayna Baszler ends up with Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair drop kicking Nia Jax so Reggie could pin her, and Reggie picked up the victory. There was a backstage thing with Cesaro, talks about his 6-man tag match. Edge walks up and Cesaro says he knows what match is going to be after the Chamber for WrestleMania. So that leaves it, it's a question. Going back, you guys, to the Reggie match as well. I have to give that match 3.4 simply because it was a pretty decent match. And it sets up more matches. For it sets up a match that I'm gonna announce here in a few, you guys. And so with Cesaro and Edge, Cesaro is a great superstar. He has been great. Like before he even joined Sheamus, he's just really what he's truly say he is. He's a Swiss cyborg. But I kind of hate that gimmick he had at first, where it was like he can speak 30 different languages, but it is what it is. So the fourth match they had, you guys, was Ray and Dominic versus Chad Gable and Otis. Otis got disqualified. He didn't hear the bell ring, and then he gets up on the top rope, and Chad Gable leads him down to splash onto Mysterio. And I could give that match a 1 because that was the terrible match ever of the night. It didn't have no meaning to it or anything, but the Dirty Dogs, Team of Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, they were at ringside. But it is what it is, you guys. So backstage, we seen that Bryan tell Edge if he wins the chamber match and and beats Roman, then it's gonna be him and Edge, and that's a dream match. And so the new match that was announced, you guys, I kind of wish I waited to do my WWE Elimination pay-per-view predictions, but I didn't. New match that been announced was Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax for the for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships at the Elimination Chamber. So we're gonna see how that match is gonna go. That's a new match that has been added, you guys. So I'm ready to see how Elimination Chamber going to go, and this is going to be very exciting, you guys. So let's get to it. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. The last match, main event of the night, was Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and King Corbin versus the team of Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, and Kevin Owens. Match was a decent match. The ending was Edge was, of course, on commentary, and as well as Paul Heyman. Sami Zayn got suplexed by Bryan into I think it was the label lock, and Sami Zayn taps out, and so the team of Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, and Kevin Owens pick up that victory. And then after then, Sami Zayn hits the haluva kick on somebody, and then there was a uppercut by Cesaro on Sami Zayn, and then there was it was a super kick from Jey Uso, and then there was a spear on Jey Uso from Edge, and then there was a spear from Roman Reigns out of nowhere on Edge as the show closes up. But on the whole show, you guys, let's say 1 out of 10 stars, you guys. I only can give the whole entire show a halfway mark of a 5 because it could have been better. But if the right people were there to book some good matches, then it would have been great. But I really thank y'all for listening to Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. Getting tired, you guys, but about to get ready to go to bed here in a few. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to all my videos. Make sure you tell everyone else, you guys, and make sure you check out my WWE Elimination Chamber review, and me give my viewpoints over the show and all that good stuff. So we're that, like I said, that match been added, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match, where we have Belair and Banks versus Jax and Baszler for the championship. So make sure y'all check that out, you guys, and I would see y'all on Sunday on WWE Elimination Chamber, possibly tomorrow, because it may be some news that may come out, you guys, that I want to get to y'all. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.